everyone, welcome back to the channel on the Viv and Build series. Today I'm going to be doing a headliner shelf for the front of our 2020 Transit, Ford Transit all-wheel drive. So basically what the headliner shelf is it comes up over your stock like headliner shelves, and it creates a bigger shelf that comes over the top of your heads basically, so you have more storage up above for things like, you know, blankets and stuff like that, towels, just the, you know, the necessities that you're going to need on a camping trip or whatever. Like you can store parts of the bed over there. So what I'm going to be using is what's called the vancillary. I think it's vancillary.com. I'm using their DIY headliner shelf kit, and basically it comes as just with a template to give you the measurements for the cutout, and then what it does is it gives you the plates that go up above that mount under the stock brackets, and that allows you to put the shelf on there, use stock hardware with the stock brackets that they've, you know, machined and engineered to fit, and they give you this awesome template right here. And this template you just tape down onto a piece of plywood and cut it out. So I'm using 1/2-inch birch hardwood plywood, and I'm actually gonna cheat a little bit. I'm making it a little bit bigger, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get it up there and see if I like it a little bit bigger. I don't know why they only make it 20 inches, but by the time your other shelf is done, it's gonna come out to here, so you're really gonna only have like this much space, like maybe 12 inches to work with, before it really goes down to nothing at the headliner. So I'm gonna try making it a little bit bigger at first, because you can always cut it down, but you can't make it longer, you know what I mean? Alright, one thing they didn't have done yet at Vancillary was the cutout for the 2020 has this little thing in the headliner. So, but they sent me the measurements and I was able to replicate it. But hopefully by the time this video comes out, they'll have this on the template. We started putting the brackets in. Let me get that bracket in over there. Kind of a pain. I had to have the daughter hold the flashlight so I can see what we're doing, but basically you gotta take these two screws out. They're just 1/4-inch heads, and then the bracket fits right over like so. You loosen them up and then you just put them back right back where they were, and that accepts the shelf. These are the two brackets, so that's all there is to it. So I got it roughed in. I cut it, you know, after I cut it, I got it roughed in just to see if I wanted to cut it shorter, whatever, because I did leave it long. I actually made it 2 inches longer than what they said, and I definitely like it longer like that. This is the medium roof van, so it doesn't give you a lot. With the high roof, it gives you, you know, a lot more space. But and then I think I'm gonna put some L-track on top of here, or not L-track, 80/20, so we can mount like a iPad or tablet here for when the kids are, when we're driving or something like that. Alright, so we like the depth, so we're gonna run with it, and we're just gonna mark these holes with a little pencil. We had to break in half to get back here. Then we're gonna drill those out, and then we're gonna cover it with some foam and some upholstery. So we drilled the holes out after we marked them. Now we're going to just take, I guess, bought some 1/8-inch foam from a upholstery place. Laid out the bottom of the shelf on there that we're going to cover in foam first, and then we're going to upholster it. So we're just lay that out, just marked it out so that we can spray just 3M90 here, just so we don't overspray it, and then we'll just trim the edges off after with a razor knife. Alright, so I'm just marking out. I got the upholstery now, which is just using a tweed fabric. We put on the foam, as you can see, it's on that piece. And I'm just marking out with the marker just so I know where the glue's gonna go, just to not waste it because it's expensive. And then we'll upholster this onto the panel, and then we'll flip it over, and then we'll flip the fabric on top so we can do the bottom and the top. I just put foam on the bottom just so, like, if you bump your head on it or whatever, it won't be harsh. Got it all upholstered, got it all trimmed out. Kind of went up on the edges on the side here. You're never going to see this, but I wanted to get it up on the edges just so you wouldn't see it on the bottom anyway. Tends to stick a lot better to the plywood than it does to the foam. I don't know. I kind of don't know if I would do the foam next time. It's really worth it. I mean, it's not like it's, I don't know. I guess I get why people do the foam because it's got that soft touch. But so next I'm going to cut a piece of 80/20 to go across the top here, just so I can like mount a tablet on the edge or something like that, or you know, just keep stuff from sliding back. Instead of doing an edge and just upholstering it, I wanted to put the piece of 80/20 to give me something to mount stuff to. So I got the 80/20 piece cut. It's a little shorter because the headliner in the van goes like this kind of, so I just cut it a little bit short. All I'm going to do is I'm going to drill like 5 holes through there with like a 3/16 inch bit, and just use these 1.5" stainless screws that will go right through and kind of look like that on top, just right into the plywood. there she is, all done up, secured. Put the hardware in. Comes with nylock nuts that you can kind of put on the top so they don't vibrate loose, as you can see on the top here. But overall, pretty happy the way it came out. I like the 80/20 edge, just to be able to mount some stuff on there, like you want to put a tablet or whatever. Couple things I might try differently is next time I would probably roll the fabric up the backside of the plywood, and I don't know if I would use foam or not. I mean, it has a nice feel to it, but is it needed? Probably not. It's just an extra step. But overall, I think it came out good. Let me know what you guys think. It was probably like a few hour project between cutting the plywood, you know, putting the brackets in, upholstering it, and then installing it. But overall, it's definitely a good project, and now I can put all my stuff up there. Have all my sheets, my, you know, electric blanket for cold nights, sleeping bag. I'll just stuff it all up in there. Just gives me an extra space for storage. That's out of the way, and you know, it's not like you're ever gonna hit your head on it. I don't really go between the seats anyway, as you can see. But yeah, all right, well, we'll see you on the next project.